This is amazing. It's the spring 2025 shift, and we're going to share with you 3 essential practices for these times. But there's 3 things that are going to happen this spring that you need to be aware of. The first one is that the frequencies or the energies that are affecting the earth and all life on earth are going to be at an all-time high. The second thing is that stress in this world and society is also going to be at an all-time high. And the third thing is that because the frequencies are so much higher, the more people are going to be having spiritual awakenings and shifting during the spring, making this the best time for you to ascend a higher vibrational reality or multidimensional reality. So it's the spring 2025 shift, and here are 3 essential practices for you to survive and to thrive and to take full advantage of this opportunity. So let's break this all down, then we'll dive into the practices. Firstly, with the increased stress can have a detrimental effect on our bodies, our nervous systems, our endocrine system that tear down the body, can lead to illness and problems like that. Not to worry, because there's ways to counter that and to thrive. The second thing is, with these higher frequencies, our bodies and nervous systems struggle to adapt, and then that can lead to ascension symptoms. I guess that those are kind of 2 parts of the same thing. Also, we live in a more digitalized world, which means that there's harmful EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, that are tearing down our field. We're electromagnetic beings. So with the ascension of humanity, higher energetic portals are opening up, though, and that will allow more advanced beings to interact with us and to guide us. And what we're seeing in the world basically is that these old facades, like the old world, is falling. It's crashing, basically. And the way this world has been built up, the society's been built up, it's been built up on a very weak foundation. It's a very weak structure because it's built on greed, power over others, not through higher ideals. So as these higher frequencies affect the planet, and we're seeing all this happening now. Look at what's being torn down in the world right now. So as these higher frequencies act on our society, it tears down the old because it can't survive these higher frequencies. Remember, this society's been built on the lower frequencies of power over others and greed and all that kind of stuff. It can't survive these new higher frequencies. It has to tear down, but it's going to build up on stronger foundation. And we see a lot of calamities. We see a lot of earth changes, a lot of natural events, a lot of struggles, a lot of political strife, and all that stuff. But remember, we also have higher beings working with us, the ascended masters, extraterrestrial, interdimensional guides that are overseeing the ascension of humanity, and they're guiding us. They can't interfere, unless we're going to destroy our planet and destroy ourselves. But they are working with us to help guide us. We have to make our mistakes. We have to experience. We have to understand. So, part of our earth life is that we have to experience. But no matter what happens, we're going to be okay. And we're going to get through this. And what I've been noticing as the earth changes progress is the prophecies happen, but not necessarily as severe as they could be. And I credit that for intervention from our beloved guide angels and extraterrestrial and interdimensionals. So anyway, on that note, the first thing is to practice grounding. We want to be grounded and solid in the earth. Make no mistake about it. This is a storm. This is an energetic storm that's happening that's going to tear a lot of stuff down. Just like a physical storm, I live in the Catskill Mountains. We have white pine trees. We don't want white pines near our homes because they have shallow roots. And when the storm comes, they blow the trees down. But the birches, the maples, the oaks, they have very deep roots and they withstand the storms. So run your energetic roots deep. That's how you're going to be able to stand and withstand the storm. And that's how you're going to be able to survive and thrive, because you're going to be able to connect with planet Earth, which is where every cell in our body came from. We're going to be able to be strong. We're going to be able to be solid. We're going to be able to draw on the Earth's strength in our lives to help to make changes on planet Earth. So grounding is very simple. Couple things. One, go out barefoot and feel the electromagnetic flow through your feet in the earth. But also you can do a meditation where you're just sitting, you're relaxing, and you imagine that you're a tree. This is the tree meditation. From the base of your spine, the soles of your feet are both. Imagine roots that run down into the earth, down into the ground. And run these roots deep and wide. And then when you inhale from the earth through and around your body, bring the energy up your trunk, up your body, through the top of your head, your branches, out your leaves. And you can bring the energy up out into infinity. Then when you exhale, you bring the energy back down into the earth. Or you can just create a little cycle. I inhale, bring the energy up in the roots, circulate that around my body, then exhale, and bring the energy down. There's many good grounding techniques to choose from, but now more than ever, grounding is important. So the second thing is work with sound vibration. Now, of course, let me back up a second. You want to have a meditation practice. You want to practice presence, and you want to practice breath work. All these things are essential for health and well-being as well as spiritual growth. The good news is that we're building a new website, and on that website there's going to be a free 40-minute course on what I call the Grand Triad of spirituality. That's breath work, meditation, and presence. But using sound vibrations, particularly the root sound Om or Om, and they've done studies through different technologies where we can only hear a small audible range of sound, but when they're able to expand that, they're able to see that the center of the earth makes a sound like Om, the sun makes a sound like Om, and it's the root sound. It's a very, very powerful sound current that has a really beneficial effect on the body when you do it, as well as our energetic fields, our auric and energetic fields. And through that root sound, we link closer to God, Spirit, or Source, and then we're more able to connect with our higher abilities and connect with our guides, our angels, and so forth. The way that we do Om, I'm going to teach you a special way that I learned from a Tibetan monk, a very high-level initiate that I studied with in the 80s for a while. And then I've seen this in other yogic practices also. So firstly, the Om will last about 15 seconds or so. It's like, oh, so I start almost like with an ah sound and go, oh. And the last M is like an M and an NG, and that's about 1/3 of the Om. But there's a visualization you do with that also. So when I start my Om, I feel like I'm gathering energy from the earth into my what's called the Earth Star chakra. It's a transpersonal chakra below our bodies. I bring the energy into my root, and as I'm doing the Om, I'm spiraling the energy up my center line, up my chakras. So I'm activating and opening my root, then my sacral chakra, then my solar plexus, then my heart, my throat, my third eye, and my crown, and then I'm sending the energy up, spiraling up into infinity in that final So it's like, oh, so I'm Oming, I'm at the low. When I'm transitioning from Om to the MG, I'm in my heart, and in the final MG, MNG sound, it's spiraling up through my throat, my third eye, my crown. Do this every day for several minutes. If you could do this 10 or even 20 minutes at a time, that's going to be such a huge reset. That's going to help you to resist the negative effects of the electromagnetic frequencies that we're subjected to, the negative effects of the stress in the world, and it's going to bring you closer to spirit. So it's an ancient practice that's perfect for these times of ascension and shift right now. And the third thing is a go-to practice that I talk a lot about on the channel called heart-brain coherence. Anything that you do to increase the magnetic fields of the heart is appropriate. Heart-brain coherence takes ancient practice, but through the advent of modern science, they're able to fine-tune this. It's a very, very simple practice. I'll teach you how to do that in a second if you don't know. But just a little bit of background with that. Again, the heart's the largest electromagnetic frequency in the body. And what's happening, I have my my iPhones, my camera right now. I have my computer nearby. Although I live in the boonies, so I don't have to worry about cell signals. Most of us are around 5G. We're around Wi-Fi. We're around what's called Gwen signals, which is helping to power the future smart cities and the AI. So it's just going to keep increasing as technology increases. Technology is a beautiful thing if it's used properly, but it changes a lot and we have to adapt to the changes. Doing heart brain coherence is going to make a huge difference. And why is that? Because again, the heart, I sound like a broken record, but the heart's the largest electromagnetic generator in the body. So if I build this generator, that builds my fields and I become resistant to the negative effects of the EMF that can tear down my energetic fields. Also, I build a resonance of strength through which that the negativity and the stress of the society doesn't get to me. When you're in the heart frequency, you're in the eye of the storm, basically. The heart is the center. It's our it's our vibrational center, basically. So, how to do the practice is very, very simple. And you get very relaxed and very present. You feel very grateful for the present moment. Hold that in your heart. Hold that in your heart for up to 10 minutes. They recommend 10 minutes 3 times a day. It has a huge host of benefits. So what I do is I get very relaxed. I feel very grateful, very compassionate. Hold that in my heart. And as I do that, the brain and the heart start to blend because the heart is the largest electromagnetic generator. The brain's the transmitter and receiver of that information. They're really two parts of the same whole. The hearts are coherent when they feel love and gratitude, so I bring it back into coherence. The society, the media, all that stuff wants us to be in fear, wants us to be anxious. That tears down the frequency of the heart. It makes it incoherent, makes our brains incoherent, and we're ripe for disease, depression, stress, and all that stuff. So this is a hugely valuable practice. You just, you get very relaxed, very present, open the heart, feel grateful, hold that. Just feel grateful, feel healthy. You can even visualize your ideal reality. You can apply that to law of attraction work. You can feel very, very healthy. And this practice is going to increase your health. It's going to increase your auric fields. It's going to make you more, or I should say, less susceptible to all the stress and all the negative energy out there. Because the heart and coherence is the eye of the storm, basically. Things can be happening and you're going to be safe. You're going to be vibrationally safe. And not only that, because you're going to be vibrationally safe and you're blending your heart and your brain, you're also blending more with spirit. So you're more apt to become a spiritual teacher, a healer, a channel capable of helping other people. But you're in that vibrational place of safety. As the storm's swirling around you, you're safe if you're doing this practice and doing these 3 practices. There is a playlist with more detail on how to do the practice of heart-brain coherence. You can find that on the channel. And also, if you're enjoying this work, please subscribe to the channel. The more these videos will show up on your home page. You'll like it, like the video if you like it, and share, and that helps to get this out to more people also. And we'll also I'll share a video over here about psychic predictions of what's likely to happen in our world and in our lives over the next 40 days or so through April and through the spring. So that's what I have for you. Practice these things. It's going to make a huge difference and it's going to really help with your ascension. We're going to be safe. We're going to be protected. We're going to be amazing. We are amazing.